Alright guys, I thought I'd just show you what I'm going to do for working out the lengths of the fiberglass. So the first one, I reckon we go 80mm tab, which is overkill. Going to go around, so that's 80mm on this side too. So we'll go about 450 for the 450 chop. Now with the 600, I'll maybe take off 20mm, so we'll bring it around 430. That way it's still on the 450. And then we're going to finish it up all the way up here. And we'll bring it down to maybe 500. So that's going to give it a smooth finish. That way you don't see like an overlap. And with these, I'm going to be tearing them with the 450s. I'm not going to cut them. That way it's smoother. Now we're going to need about 4 layers of 450 chop. Now with the 450, they're about 1 meter long. So you're going to have to lay 2 450s to 1 600, because the 600 is about, I think, 1200 by memory. So if you run a 600 on 1 450, it's going to run onto the timber and it's not going to be the same. So you need 2 450 mats down, then 1 600, and then you can finish the 1 450 off, if you're with me. You'll see it in the video anyway what I do, but it's the same how we laid the hull. And then with the stringer, the keel, I'm just going to overlap it. So wherever this one finishes, we're going to put one short, the 600 a little bit shorter, and then finish the whole thing off with a 450 to make it symmetrical. It's going to be a lot of work, tedious. I don't know if I can do all 3 at once. I don't think so. But we're going to do one stringer at a time, obviously. And then if we have enough time, I'll finish the keel off, depending on how much runs we got and if we have to sand it out or not. So just to give you an update of what we're doing, I'm going to go cut the sheets now. I've already pre-wiped it down. I didn't record it only because I don't want to waste up too much film. The memory's stacking up. So we're going to cut the sheets now. Like I said, it's already prepped and we'll start laying out. I will chuck a fresh battery in, that way to try not to lose some footage. But this is going to be a couple hours on each, so I'll try to switch out the batteries, that way you don't miss out on anything. Alright, let's go cut some sheets. Alright guys, we're getting ready to layer up. So the sheets are all cut. You got your bottom layer for the stringers, your middle layer, and then the top layer for the stringers. And then we've got the bottom layer of the keel, that's the middle of the keel, and then the finisher as well. They're the same size. We're running with 10 litres so far. That way I don't have to jump in and out. Now we're averaging 14 litres just by measuring it up, but not including wetting these out. So we do have to make some more, but for the time being we're running with 10. The ratio, it's not too cold of a day today, so we're going to keep it around maybe 1.4. So every litre you want 1.4 of hardener, minimum of 1.2 if it's a hot day, and then if it's a cold day, maximum of 2 mil. So let's get into it. I've got my roller there, everything's ready to go. Let's start laying some sheets, see how it goes. Alright guys, we're finally finished. Yes, the battery died right at the end there. That's 3 batteries we went through. Now the reason why I don't plug it in just directly into power is because you have to have it open, the camera, and I don't want dust getting inside. So essentially you just missed out on this last 2 here. They turned out fantastic. Unwrapped of that. So the end result, that's 1 stringer done. I think it's about, let me just double check. Yeah, it took about 4.5 hours. We ended up going through, I think, close to 10 litres. I know it's a little bit extra, but I didn't account for wetting out the timber. So yeah, that's technically now 4 layers on that stringer. Oh, and also I just added another 450 chop to finish off that tabbing. So that 1 stringer is finished. Alright guys, that is it. 4.5 hours in, maybe a bit more. That stringer is now complete. That is 3 layers. It used up about 10 litres, same as the last one. And I did waste a little bit, went a bit hard. But what can you do? Alright guys, there you have it. That is the keel completed. Now I just went around with a rag and just wiped up any of the drips just to save on sanding. That is it. That is 4 layers in total. If you're wondering how long it took, maybe about 3.5 hours, judging on the batteries. We only went through 2.5 batteries, comparing to 4. Now, it was pretty much same amount of sheeting, maybe about 50mm either side, so 100mm shorter by length. So we used 8 litres. I did waste a little bit, maybe half a litre. But I would say sitting down on either side of the stringer is a lot easier than bending over. So on your body wise, the keel is definitely harder. Even if you stood on both, which that one's only 12 hours dry. So 48 hours I put full weight. But you would have to squat over and it'll be more on your back anyway. But that is it for the stringer build. That is full completion. I reckon that turned out sick. See, they're all tapped in. Let me know what you think about this build. So in the next video, we're going to put a couple bulkheads in, depending on how much resin. So now we're pretty much out of resin. So we've used nearly 200 litres in this boat. There's a bit wasted, but so that's technically 4 layers on the whole hull, stringers, keel, plus soaking out all of them. And then you got 3 layers on the back here, plus 3 layers on the right on the back of the transom, plus soaking out the keel, So there's a lot of litres in the boat. Now we have to calculate for the bulkhead right at the front where the anchor well is, for the winch to go on. So we've got two opposing ones here with one fully solid one there. We're going to have a full war here, and then we're going to have one down here for the step down, one to start the fish box, and then another one to end the fish box, and then one for the engine bay. So that's going to be in the next episode. But that is all for this video. I'm going to get out of this smell and catch you all later. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, if you like these videos, don't forget the like button or subscribe for the next one. But that is it. See you guys.